what do you get when you cross a popular hot hatch with a family SUV? Well, if you're Volkswagen, you're hoping for a lot of sales. This is the German firm's answer to, well, not very much. The Porsche Macan is a lot more expensive, the Audi SQ2 is a lot smaller. The only real competition it has is the Cupra Ateca, which is essentially the same car underneath. So let's see how the Tiguan stacks up.
But before we do that, please take a moment to subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel. Remember to tap the bell icon too, that way you'll catch all of our latest videos. Now, VW is very busy making fast R versions of a lot of its models at the moment. There's the T-Roc R, the Touareg R, the Arteon R, and of course the super popular Golf R. And there's this, the Tiguan R.
So what do you actually get? Well, the Tiguan R was introduced at the same time as the whole Tiguan range was facelifted in 2020. You get a new nose, new headlight design, matte chrome door mirrors, 21-inch alloy wheels, and a scattering of R's around the bodywork and inside. I particularly like the letter R, strangely enough.
There are also the trademark R quad tailpipes, while the car sits 10mm lower to the ground too, which makes it look even more hunkered down.
We think the new R logo looks quite cool, and just like it is on the Golf, it's in the centre of the boot lid, and it's just, well, quite funky. Not too sure about this chrome strip and red reflectors though. And you might think the car's quite small, but actually it's longer than a Nissan Qashqai and Cupra Ateca. The benefit of this is that there's 520 litres of boot space. And that's more than a Golf R, which has 340 litres, and that has slightly less than a standard Golf because of the four-wheel drive system. As an optional extra, you can get an adjustable boot floor, which does mitigate this load lip somewhat, but that does mean that you'll be compromising some boot space. And underneath here, there is no spare wheel, not even a space saver. All you get is this foam, which if you do get a puncture, completely writes off the tyre, so that's not ideal.
If you need even more room, you can slide the rear seats forward and boot space goes up to 615 litres, or you can fold them all flat to release 1,655 litres of space. The 40-20-40 split folding capacity is really useful too.
Let's see what the back seats are like. Well, I have to say, it is pretty pleasant back here. I think you'll like it. First of all, there's plenty of legroom and headroom. The seats are comfortable. There's a little bit of side support if the driver gets a little bit overly excited. And this pattern on the seats makes a refreshing change from leather. It lifts the interior without being too in your face.
Middle seat passengers do less well though, and if there's somebody in the middle seat, the two outer ones will struggle for head and shoulder room.
As in the back, the seats up front are comfortable, supportive, and they offer plenty of adjustment. So finding a comfy position for driving should be relatively easy. The only downside is that they are not electrically adjustable, which for almost £50,000, you would like to have that on your car, but then I suppose they would add extra weight.
The ambience is pretty classy. There's plenty of smart piano black surfaces and soft touch plastics. If you're familiar with the latest Volkswagen Golf, it will feel a bit old school though. Fortunately, the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system is less troublesome. It's attractive, responsive, and features wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. One thing the Tiguan's interior does share with the latest Golf is the replacing of buttons with touch-sensitive pads for the climate control and many other functions, including the steering wheel mounted controls. On the regular Tiguan, these are still physical buttons, but here they're touch-sensitive pads and they're a bit awkward to use, quite frankly. Shame, because they do look smart. There's lots of other kit to play with though, including automatic LED headlights, 3-zone climate control, heated front seats, and 30-colour ambient lighting. But enough of that, this car is supposed to be about driving fun, so let's see if it delivers, shall we? Well, the first thing to note is that the engine and gearbox combination is excellent. The Tiguan R gets the latest Volkswagen 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, which is also in the Mark 8 Golf R. It's got 320 horsepower and it's coupled with a 7-speed twin-clutch automatic transmission and the 4Motion 4-wheel drive. So the Tiguan R is very eager indeed. In fact, its 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds is only a tenth of a second slower than the T-Roc R's, despite being 200 kilograms heavier. Mind you, the smaller T-Roc R does have to make do with the older version of this engine with only 300 horsepower. Dynamic Chassis Control, or DCC, comes as standard on the Tiguan R, and it's Volkswagen's adaptive suspension system, and it adjusts the car's dampers within milliseconds, which helps to mask the Tiguan's sheer size on bumpy and twisty roads. The Tiguan R has another high-tech handling trick up its sleeve too. It's got something called torque vectoring, which can send up to 100% of the rear axle's power to the outside rear wheel during cornering. This helps push you out of corners and makes the car feel more agile as a result. The same goes for the progressive steering. And you know what? It all works. Mostly. You are aware of the Tiguan R's extra weight on twisty country roads, however. There's a bit more body lean and it doesn't feel quite as agile as the smaller, lighter T-Roc R. That said, it is dealing with almost 1.8 tonnes. So with that in mind, it is deeply impressive. You've also got lots of drive modes to choose from, 7 in fact, 4 to deal with on-road driving and 3 aimed at off-road driving. It shows how much of a split personality the Tiguan R has, because in the same dial you've got configurable buttons for race and off-road expert. Let's be honest here, you're not exactly going to be taking this car on a track day or green laning every weekend, are you? What all these drive modes do is adjust the suspension, gearbox settings, steering response, torque vectoring and engine sound, depending on what setting you choose. The suspension on 21-inch wheels is pretty firm, even in its comfort setting though, but it's nice to be able to tailor how the car behaves. All the technology in the world can't beat physics when it comes to fuel economy, however. The Tiguan's official fuel consumption figure is 28.3 miles per gallon combined. That's not too bad for a fast, heavy, petrol-powered 4x4, but it's still some way off the 36.2 miles per gallon of the Golf R. With gentle driving, you'll manage in the low 30s, but you'll need a light touch to do so. In some ways, the Tiguan R is a bit of an oddball. It's not as fun as an ordinary hot hatch, it's not as comfortable as an ordinary SUV, but it is fast, it is entertaining, and it is practical. And it doesn't really have any real rivals. The Porsche Macan is more expensive and slower. The BMW X2 M35i is smaller and less practical. So if it's outright point-to-point pace that you're after and enough space for your family and all their paraphernalia, then there are few better choices. But are you sold on the Tiguan R's unusual combination of talents? Let us know in the comments. And if you're considering buying a used example or indeed any car, head to cargurus.co.uk to find lots of great deals from top-rated dealers, including approved used examples.